Good morning.
Hi, Siva.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. I want to thank everyone that showed up in my morning class this morning. It was pretty amazing. If you don't know, we have 7 a.m. classes in the heated studio, and then we have 9 a.m. classes in the co-op studio, and those are non-heated, and this is a little bit different style. We have some Ashtanga practice, and then we do have actually a water class too in the co-op. And I really want to highlight how the studio, the co-op studio is meant to really help the teachers that teach there. 100% of the donations go towards them, and we want to spread the word that the studio is there, and it may help just communities to make the yoga more affordable.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a place to practice, something that's a little more affordable, this is great. And also know that every dollar that you put into it just goes to support the teachers, doesn't go to the studios, so it's built to empower them. So if you're looking at finding a place to teach like that, we're always looking for more teachers for the co-op studio. Definitely reach out to us.
And I'm back home, obviously. I'm at the studio. And
Really?
I'm here.
Are you real?
I'm here. We started the series about dreaming big, and we followed up about the freedom to dream the dream, then about owning our energy or energetic sovereignty. And today we want to follow up about just gaining tools about listening to guidance that comes from the outside world through our conversations, and following our intuition, and then what that means for us.
Because it's real easy, I think. We can look back in the past of our lives and we can connect the dots really easy and see how they were serendipitous and brought us to one thing. But learning how to do that in the moment takes a little more skill.
Yeah, it takes a little bit more skill. There's a quote saying that insanity is doing the thing over and over and over, expecting a different result. And that thought makes a lot of sense when I say it, but when I look into my life, we're creatures of habit, and so I get into my own habits and my own routine. And then I have this dream that I want to bring into reality, but yet I keep doing the same things over and over and over and over
Kind
again.
of like you're stuck on that hamster wheel, but you don't know that you're on it.
Yeah. And so first of all, why are we stuck in those habits? One, if we're trying to build a dream, is it because maybe we believe opinions of others about the dream, or we just we kind of go with the flow of society, what society says should be the right
Possible.
action, what should be possible.
And at that moment, sometimes we have these dreams, and so the dream in the beginning is just like a seed. And if we put more belief into when we're trying to create something, into the belief of either the community that we're in or the people that are surrounding you saying that something can't happen, the seed that we have, we never actually plant it. And then the work doesn't get done, the love of the plant, the caring it, the water. And so then the plant never grows into anything. It just stays a seed, still and dormant.
And so the tool of listening to our intuition, sometimes we have this inner guidance that this dream is possible, and then how do we break down the steps and the information that we want to follow into action steps. One of my biggest tools is meditation, and so a lot of the guidance that I receive, even for these videos, happens after my meditation, and I get really quiet about just being in my natural state of being, less of the turbulent thoughts that are happening in the background. And then suddenly the information becomes really clear and apparent of what needs to happen today. And so for today, it was about really getting quiet so that I can listen to the intuition, and then I can share that, the steps intuition and how it feels.
Well, how do you get quiet?
How do
Is
you
it
get
just
quiet?
one thing that you do? Is it multiple things that you do?
So one of my practices I've mentioned is a meditation, and the quietness comes from practicing the breath and really focusing on how to inhale and how to exhale. That could take a little bit of time to build the awareness of the breath and how important it is. We have a tool that we are offering this Friday, and this is called Holotropic breath. And it is a practice that it takes about 2.5 hours. We'll guide you through the steps on how to become quiet, how the breath works before we actually go into the actual exercise. And holotropic breath is a modality that helps you access the subconscious. It takes you to a higher state of alertness or quietness, if that makes sense.
And it helps connect you to your own intuition a little bit, because as you go deeper into the breath work, there may be some visual things that you see. There are things and thoughts that come up in the mind, maybe from past experiences, that kind of illuminate and will have a special meaning for you, which gives you guidance into which way to move next, or kind of what's going on in your life, or something that you may need to work on. And it's one of the beautiful parts about it is we teach it in our teacher trainings, and we've just been doing there, but it has such an impact on our teachers. We're like, we should offer this to people in the studio as well.
And sometimes the breath itself shows up roadblocks that we may be experiencing, and so experience that we haven't processed yet, that may be kind of like preventing you from taking that step towards the dream. And so it is, we'll have a debriefing process at the end where we'll integrate your experiences. You don't have to share necessarily, but the space is available to you to integrate what you've experienced. All right.
This whole stillness thing that you were talking about earlier, is it just the breath that you need help with?
No. A bigger part. I think this is one thing that we don't consider more often, how our nutrition is an important part of the stillness. And let me make this clear. Nutrition can be one of the hardest things that we do, but once we actually bring dense nutrition into our lives, it allows our lives to become simpler. One, because we become more efficient at our processes within our bodies. So we have more space to actually be creative in our minds, to be efficient in our work. So it takes energy when we finally get to that point where we have dense nutrition in our lives.
Because our body's not constantly in a state of need of something or craving something. We're giving it all the support and all the fuel and everything we need to function at its highest level, which also helps you create a little stillness inside because you're not chasing something all the time.
We have a 21-day dense nutrition challenge along with 21 days of yoga to bring this, what I want to say. No, not equanimity, to bring structure, to help you bring structure into your life. The nutrition part, you don't have to think about what you're gonna eat. It's already provided for you, and it's in a very dense format.
I wouldn't say the nutrition's very dense, but the format's very, very easy to get through. It's not like
Thanks for clearing my thoughts.
dense material of the book, of reading like a book or something. And so it makes it really, really simple, because I know what deters me from nutrition plans or trying to figure things out is putting it all together and getting all the resources you need. Like, you have a direction, but it gets really complicated because there's so many different types of plans. Which one's right? Which one isn't right? And so this one that we're going to work on, everything's put together, and there's meal plans and prep, and it breaks everything down in a very simple way. So you don't have to spend time or spin your wheels trying to figure out how to put all this together, because that can be overwhelming.
That can be really overwhelming.
Which doesn't help with stillness.
And we have info sessions coming up. look on our event page. We have sessions this week, Wednesday. We have also on Monday. We'll take you through the steps of the program. Come to the info session. If you don't like the program, you don't have to do it, but it gives you an opportunity to learn more about how to get this tool and what the results tend to be at the end of the 21 days. Tends to be a leaner body, tends to be leaner processes, cleaner thoughts, clearer thoughts too.
And that stillness is, it's not just sitting down meditation. It's not just a physical practice of yoga. It's not just the nutritional part, but it's combining all those together so we can create that space of stillness, one, to listen to our own intuition, to help guide us to our big dreams that we're trying to create.
The challenge starts April 12th, so there's a lot of time to prep before then. And then lastly, we have the community aspect of stillness and feeling supported, feeling the oxytocin hormone release, which feels amazing, sense of belonging. We have opportunities for that. April 11, we have our Best Sunday Ever class outdoors at the Wolf Factory. Beautiful events page. That happens at 9 a.m. Also on April 11, we have our moon in Aries, which is the new moon in Aries. We have an astrology meditation with Alana, which is a local astrologer, and she'll be talking more about how the energy of the moon impacts the energy of our upcoming month. And so there'll be like a astrological reading as well. That's a lot of fun.
And our next teacher training also, there's a lot going on the 11th.
So
It starts
much.
on the 11th as well. I think we have 2 spots left.
2 spots left.
So if you're curious about that, definitely reach out to us. And going back to the challenge real quick, the community part and the aspect of it is, if you've ever tried to conquer something alone, it's a little bit more difficult. But when you have the support of a community group, I mean, even Monica and I, we have people that coach us because we're always trying to get somewhere. Not always trying to get somewhere, but we're trying to always growing forward. And it helps when you have somebody that's a little bit up here that can help pull you up and support you as you're going that direction. So that's what we do for the studio, but we always have people that do that from us up here. So it's kind of constantly one hand down, helping, one hand up, growing.
Right, and there's the community support. There's also a knowledge base. There's a book reading. If you don't know about Darren Olin, he's
amazing. He was in a Down to Earth documentary with Zac Efron about all the green stuff on the planet.
All the green stuff.
Making the earth more green and sustainability, and he's been studying superfoods and nutrition for years, which is where the book comes from. So lots of resources.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and it gets you ready for the summer, whatever that means for you.
Just so I can put my bathing suit on.
Maybe. I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday. Come see us tonight. There's intermediate class, and with Rachel, I think, or with me. I can't remember. It's with me. Come take intermediate class. I'll make you sweat. Bye, y'all. Namaste.